Hi, and welcome to my classic song breakdown for the month of September 2015. And this month we're going to take a look at one of the greatest electric blues guitar songs of all time. It's called Rock This House, and it's sung by Jimmie Rodgers. On guitar, you have one of the most lesser known electric guitar players of the 50s and 60s, a guy named Reggie Boyd. In fact, I'd never heard of Reggie Boyd until I started trying to figure out who it was playing guitar on this song. And it turns out Reggie Boyd was a local Chicago jazz player who also gave lessons to many of the Chicago area blues guitar players, and he himself appeared as a session man on several of Jimmie Rodgers' cuts. And that's about all I know about him. And the song Rock This House is just, it's really a masterpiece. There's so many licks that you can pull from the song, so many ideas, and it seems like every verse there's something new and different. Now, a lot of the song is played very quickly, the intro and then part of the solo. And I'll be honest with you, I cannot play it the way it's played on the record, but I'm pretty sure I know how he's playing it. And so when we get to that part, I'll have to slow it down and show you what I think is going on, and you can see if you can get it up to speed. We're going to start out with the rhythm. There seems to be a second guitar on the song that's playing this pretty steady boogie rhythm throughout. And if you're going to play this song with two guitar players, one of you needs to be playing this, or the first guitar player could play this if you're the only guitar player. So let's start out. It's in the key of G. So we're starting out. I'm going to tune up a little bit here. And the rhythm, basic rhythm, goes like this. That's the boogie rhythm that you hear underneath the song the whole way through. So if we're playing in the G, this is my first position bar chord. I'm starting on the 1 with the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And I'm picking it twice. Then I'm going from the 6th to the 7th frets, also on the 6th string. Then to the 5th fret of the 5th string. 7th fret of the 5th string. 5th fret of the 4th string. So it's. Then I'm walking back on the 5th string from the 7th fret to the 5th fret. And I'm going to wind up on the 7th fret of the 6th string. So that whole run. And then we go to the 4. We start it from the C, 3rd fret of the 5th string. We just do the same thing, 1 string over. But right here, we're going to go down to the 8th fret of the 4th string and walk it back up from the 8th to the 7th to the 5th on the 4th string to the 7th fret of the 5th string. So the C, or over the 4, you got. Then back to the 1. And then when he goes to the 5, he does something I've heard in Guitar Slims playing, and Gatemouth Brown and some other guys. When they go to the 5, instead of doing something like this, he does this. So I'm starting over the 5 from the 5th fret of the 6th string. Then I'm going to go down or up from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th of the 5th string. And then when I come back the other way, I'm going to skip the 4th and go right to the 3rd fret. So that whole lick. One more time. Then back to the 1. Like that. So that is the first part of the song, is to know the rhythm part. Now we're going to go right to the solo, or the opening of the song. And to do this, again, I can't play the song as fast as it needs to be played. I'm just going to play it through one time very slowly. And I've listened to this song hundreds of times trying to understand exactly what he's doing. If anyone has any light to shed on this, let me know. But this is my conclusion. This is what I've come up with as far as how he's playing the introduction. Starts up off all the way up here, and let me play it through for you. Try to play it through one time slowly, then we'll break it down. So let me try to play it for you one time through. Play it slowly. Again, if you listen to the original recording, it's played a lot faster. And to be honest with you, I can't play that all the way through that fast. But the mystery to me was always, how is he playing this? Where is he playing it? And my conclusion was that he's playing it the way I just showed you. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's start out. The first lick. Each individual lick isn't that hard. It's playing it fast and smoothly all the way through. And that's something I'm trying to work on. So he starts out. So he's starting, what I think, on the 14th fret of the 5th string. Then he's going from the 12th to the 14th on the 4th string. And then the 12th fret of the 3rd string. Does that twice. Again. And then on the 3rd time, he's going to bounce back and forth between the 3rd string and the 4th string. 12th fret of the 3rd string, 14th fret of the 4th string. Then he comes down here to the 16th fret of the 3rd string. So the whole thing. That's not so bad. And then it sounds like he's playing way up here in the G. This is a first position G chord, F-shaped G chord. So I've got a first position G blues box all the way up here on the 15th to the 17th frets. So I'm starting like this. And I'm walking into that. Sounds to me like he's going from the 15th to the 16th frets on the 3rd string, and then 15th to the 17th on the 2nd string, and then he gets to the 15th fret of the 1st string, and he does these picks 3 times each. So it goes from the 15th fret of the 1st string to the 18th fret of the 2nd string, to the 15th fret, and then to the 16th fret of the 3rd string, and then 17 to 15 on the 4th string, 17 of the 5th string, then winds up on the 4th fret of the 5th string. So that whole thing. And that's what I think he's playing. Then as he goes into the 4, he does something like this. That's the next riff. And it sounds to me like he's starting on the 4, which is a C, but this C, instead of playing all the way down here, he's playing up here at the 15th fret. And then he does a lick similar to what he did at the beginning, where he's going to go from the 12th to the 14th on the 4th string, 12th to 14th on the 3rd string, 12, back to 14. Then he's going to do a bend on the 3rd string at the 17th fret to the 15th fret of the 1st string. Another bend, 15th fret of the 3rd string. Then he does this real quick from the 17th to the 15th back to the 17th on the 4th string. So the whole lick so far. One more time. And then he does this. So he's going to walk in from the 15th to the 16th on the 3rd string, to the 15th to the 17th on the 2nd string, and then back 15, 17 on the 2nd string, so like this, then the 15th fret of the 1st string, and again, so it's like this. And now is where it gets hairy. This, I'm not sure if he stays here. It sounds to me like he's going down here. So we have a G chord right here, second position bar chord. So we've got a G scale in there. And I think he's going from the 13th fret to the 10th fret on the first string to the 12th fret. And it sounds like very quickly he's going to the 12th fret of the second string. Something like that. Sorry, I keep hitting the extra string. Something like that. And then here comes this lightning quick lick. I'm going to play it slowly. And that's what I think he's playing. So he's going 12, 10, 12 on the first string. And then 12th, 10th fret of the first string to the 11th fret of the second string. Back to the 10th fret of the first string. So like this. Back to there. Then he's going from the 11th fret of the second string to the 12th fret of the third string, back and forth. And he's playing this exceptionally fast. Like that. That's not even, I mean, he plays it faster than that. That's about as fast as I can play it right now without screwing up. Then he goes, sounds to me like 12, 10, 12 on the third string. Twice on the 12th fret. So that whole lick. And again, you got to listen to this original tune to really see the genius and how technically skilled this guy was as a guitar player. But that's what I think he's playing. And the last part of the riff goes like this. Let me include what I just played. So what I'm doing, 12th fret of the third string, 10th fret, and then back to the 10th fret of the third string. So it's like this. 3 times on the 10th fret of the third string. 3 times on the 12th fret of the 4th string. 3 times on the 8th, 9th fret of the 4th string. And then twice on the 10th fret of the 5th string. Once on the 8th fret of the 5th string. And then it winds up on the 5, which is the 10th fret of the 6th string, your D. So the whole lick with the first part included. And he plays that a lot faster. So let's go through the whole introduction one more time before we move into the fills. And again, this is tough to play as fast as he does on the record. This is something that I need to work on. But this is what I'm pretty sure he's playing. Whoop. And then into the first part of it. Now if you know something different, is he playing it in a different spot of the neck or something with the picking, let me know. And I'm just showing you because that's what he's playing. And the idea of being able to play up here, and he plays over the chords in a couple places, and he plays on a different scale, those are all great ideas that you can explore. Now most of the rest of the song is very accessible. A lot of the licks aren't that difficult. It's that introduction, that one part that's really tough. And in the solo, he does something similar, but it's not as hard as that first part. And everything else is pretty easy to play, that you can pick up easier. But I've always been trying to figure that out, how he played that introduction. And part of me doing this video is to see if anyone else knows or has even thought about it. I'll be back with the next part of the lesson. We'll take a look at the fills behind the first 2 verses and the solo, first solo. And I'll see you soon.